ನಾವು ಹೊರಗೆ ನಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರೋ
Good morning, guys. Is everything fine with audio as well as screen, beta? Is everything fine, beta, with audio as well as screen? Are you getting my audio as well as screen, both, beta? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation, beta. Right. So, if you guys remember, in the last class, we were discussing about. Phenols, beta. So today we'll continue with that topic only. We'll continue with the topic of phenols. Methods of preparation of phenols. Methods of preparation of phenols, if you are talking about. So there are several methods. We will see one by one. So the first method, again, say preparation of phenol from benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid. What is this benzene sulfonic acid? Okay. So basically, what happens, beta? Okay. Benzene on reaction with okay, sulfuric acid, beta, concentrated sulfuric acid forms benzene sulfonic acid. With the concentrated sulfuric acid forms benzene sulfonic acid, which is on heating with okay, NaOH followed by hydrolysis, followed by acid hydrolysis. Forms okay, phenol, beta. So basically what happens here, if you talk about, so this is your benzene, beta. This is your benzene. So benzene on sulfonation, beta. How to treat when you treat it with a concentrated H2SO4, at a temperature of 353 Kelvin beta. So what happens is it will undergo formation of, it will undergo sulfonation and forms, this is your benzene beta. This is you call benzene. This is your benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid. And this is on heating with NaOH beta will form, okay, sodium benzene sulfonate. It will form beta. What does it forms? It forms okay, sodium benzene sulfonate. It will form beta. Okay, this is on followed by heating with fused NaOH at a 623 Kelvin. It will form sodium benzoate. What it will form? It forms sodium benzoate. So this is on heating by acid hydrolysis. Dilute HCl will take. What will take? Dilute HCl. So will finally form phenol beta. So we are talking about the methods of preparation of phenol. Okay, this is your sodium benzene sulfonate. Benzene sulfonate. And what is this? Sodium phenoxide. Sodium phenoxide. And what is this beta? This is your phenol. So this is your first method. So directly what we can write, instead of writing this much equation, we can also directly write this, the direct way of writing this particular compound beta. So directly start with this benzene sulfonic acid beta. This is on heating with a fused, okay, NaOH first beta followed by dilute HCl. So what does it form? It forms corresponding, okay, phenol beta. So this is your direct way of writing. This is your first method of preparation. This is the first method of preparation, we call it as. And if you're talking about the second method, okay, there are several methods. The second method we can say, right, from benzene diazonium salts, from benzene diazonium salts. So what are these benzene diazonium salts in the sense? Okay, benzene diazonium salts on hydrolysis forms phenol beta. So what is this benzene diazonium salt in the sense? First of all, when you treat benzene beta, this is your benzene. When benzene is treated with, okay, concentrated HNO3 in presence of a concentrated H2SO4, this is we call nitration of benzene. What does it form? It forms a nitrobenzenate form. What does it will form? This is you call nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene it will form. This nitrobenzene on reduction by tin in HCl, this is you call reduction. It will be converted into, what does it convert beta? It will be converted into aniline beta. What do you call this as? This is you call aniline. This aniline on reaction with the sodium nitrate plus a concentrated HCl. This is you call dioazotation, 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, dioazotation you call this. This will form a particular compound, okay, which is known as N2 plus Cl minus. What do you call this? This is you call benzene diazonium chloride you call it. This is benzene diazonium salt. This benzene diazonium salt, okay, this N plus Cl minus on warming with water, on warming with water, what happens? This will be converted into phenol beta. Okay, this is your benzene diazonium salt and this is your phenol. This is the second method of preparation of phenol. Exactly beta. Second method of preparation of phenol we call it as, right? So if I go for the third method is called Dow process we call it. What we call it as Dow process we call it. What is this Dow process is means? Okay. Chlorobenzene, nothing but from chlorobenzene we separate. Chlorobenzene we call it as. Okay. Chlorobenzene on heating with sodium hydroxide followed by acid hydrolysis. Acid hydrolysis forms phenol. This particular method is called as Dow process. Dow process. What is a chlorobenzene? This is your chlorobenzene. This is your chlorobenzene, which is on reaction with okay 2 moles of NaOH, right? At a temperature of 698 Kelvin, right? So 300 degrees Celsius. What is this? This is about 300 degrees Celsius. And high temperature, high pressure. What does it form, sir? It forms, okay, with the elimination of what gets eliminated. NaCl gets eliminated, right? Along with the water also gets eliminated. So what does it form, sir? This is followed by acid hydrolysis. Here we take a acid hydrolysis. What is this acid hydrolysis? In the sense we take dilute HCl, we take. So this will lead to the formation of your phenol. Are you getting this? This is your sodium phenoxide. What is this? This is your chlorobenzene. What do you call this as? This is your sodium phenoxide. Sodium phenoxide. And what is this? This is your phenol. This is your third method. And if I say the fourth method is from, okay, from Grignard reagent we said. Grignard's reagent. What is this Grignard reagent in the sense? Phenyl, magnesium halide. See what happens here? So what happens, madam? Suppose if I take madam, bromobenzene, if I treat with this magnesium beta in presence of ether, what I'll get? I'll get ethyl magnesium bromide. I'll get. Sorry, phenyl magnesium bromide. I'll get. This is your bromobenzene, and this is what beta? Phenyl magnesium bromide, we call it as bromide. So this is on oxidation. This is on oxidation with half mole of oxygen beta. It will form phenoxy magnesium bromide beta. Right. So this is followed by hydrolysis beta. This is followed by acid hydrolysis. Will form phenol plus MgOH Br beta. Are you getting this? Okay, what we say directly, the direct way of saying the reaction is that. What's a problem with this? Right. What we can say beta here? Okay. Phenyl magnesium bromide. What is this? Phenyl magnesium bromide. On oxidation forms. Okay. Phenoxy magnesium bromide. Phenoxy magnesium bromide, which is on hydrolysis, which is on hydrolysis, which is on hydrolysis, forms phenol beta. This is your fourth method. Forms phenol. Right? If you talk about the fifth method I can say from, okay, benzene I can say beta. These are all directly or indirectly from benzene only, or you can say from the oxidative hydrolysis of cumene also can be said beta. What we can say? From cumene we say beta. Let me say from cumene. What is cumene in the sense? Right. Benzene on alkylation by propene in presence of H3PO4 forms cumene, which is on oxidation, 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 followed by hydrolysis forms a phenol beta. See, this is your benzene beta. So when you subject this particular compound, this is your propene, you call it as. This is your benzene. And what is this beta? Propene you call. So in presence of H3PO4, okay, H3PO4, right beta? H3PO4 at a temperature of at 350 degrees Celsius around, okay. So what does it form? It forms a compound. So this is a compound it formed. What do you call this as? This is you call cumene beta. So this cumene on reaction with the O2 beta in presence of light, it will form a peroxide intermediate. Peroxide intermediate. What sort of intermediate will form? It will form a peroxide intermediate, which is on hydrolysis. See what happens? What happens here? Let me shift this bond here, beta. This bond comes here. Okay. Then what happens? This bond will be given to this. Look at here. What is happening here? What is happening, beta? This is your phenol beta, and along with what you will get? CH3 double bond CH3 you will get. What is this? This is your phenol, and this is your acetone beta. Acetone is obtained as a byproduct. Acetone is obtained as a byproduct beta. Right. Acetone is obtained as a right? So if I talk about the next method is called from the decarboxylation of salicylic acid. What is this? A salicylic acid. From the decarboxylation of salicylic acid. See, what is salicylic acid in the sense? Okay, salicylic acid on decarboxylation with the soda lime forms phenol beta. See, what is this? Here, if you are talking about beta, so this is your salicylic acid. What is this, sir? Okay, hydroxy benzoic acid, or it is also called what beta? Commonly called as what do you call beta? It is also called as salicylic acid, or you call it as salicylic acid. Salicylic acid you call it as. This is on reaction with the soda lime plus this is your soda lime beta on heating up. What does it form in the sense? It forms okay, OH plus Na2CO3 will be removed beta. What does it get removed? Na2CO3 will be removed. So this is your phenol beta. Are you getting this? So one more method is there which is called Dawkins method. Dawkins method. What is this Dawkins method? Is that okay? Ortho and para hydroxy benzaldehyde or okay, ortho and para amino benzaldehyde on reaction with alkaline H2O2 forms corresponding dihydroxybenzene and what is this beta? Aminophenol respectively. What does it mean in the sense? CEO we call either I can take see beta, this is your ortho hydroxy benzaldehyde. What do you call that? Benzaldehyde. Okay, which is also called as, or it is called salicylaldehyde. What do you call it? Salicylaldehyde you call that. So if I treat this with H2O2 in presence of basic medium beta, so it will be converted into, what do you call this compound? This is you call catechol, you call it. What do you call? Catechol, or you call it as okay, benzene 1,2 or 1,2 dihydroxybenzene you call it. What do you call? You call it as 1,2 dihydroxybenzene you call it. So or otherwise if I take something like this is you call What do you call it? This is ardoamino benzodiate. So which is on reaction with this hydrogen peroxide in basic medium. So it will be converted to this. What happens here? But here this aldehyde group is converting into hydroxyl. This is you call ardoaminophenol. What do you call it as? Ardoaminophenol you call, or it is also called as 2-aminophenol. What do you call it? 2-aminophenol you call it as. So this is another method of the preparation. So these are all the different methods of preparation of. Phenol beta. Almost all the methods we have discussed. Any method can be asked in the both point of view, either like a preparation of phenol from diazonium salts, or preparation of phenol from benzyl sulfonic acid, or preparation of phenol from chlorobenzene, or preparation of phenol from cumene. So anything could be asked. So all the methods are important for the both point of view. Okay. So if you are talking about the physical properties, if I say about the physical properties of phenol. So basically, phenol, if you're talking about the physical properties of phenol is colorless. So phenol is a colorless, crystalline, deliquescent, solid. Okay. What is mean by deliquescent? Deliquescent means any compound deliquescent in the sense. Deliquescent means beta. What does this deliquescent means? Deliquescent means tendency of the compound to absorb moisture till it dissolves. Is called as deliquescent. Second, it attains, phenol attains. What is mean by here? Phenol attains a pink color on exposure to light. On basically what beta? On exposure to air and light beta due to oxidation. Basically, it is colorless if you are exposing it to sunlight and atmosphere of oxygen beta. Because of the oxidation, it retains pink color. And if you are talking about its melting point beta, its melting point is basically 315 Kelvin beta, and boiling point is 455 Kelvin beta. 455 Kelvin, right? Basically, what happens? Boiling point of phenols is more than corresponding aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay, and ethers due to what? Due to hydrogen bonding. Right? If I say the fifth point, it has a peculiar characteristic smell and strong corrosive action on skin beta. Right? It is poisonous poisonous in nature. Okay, so these are the physical properties, some of the important physical properties. And if you are talking about it has a specific color beta, which has a specific smell, which is a very characteristic to phenol beta. We call it as phenolic smell, and it is strong corrosive action. What is mean by strong corrosive action? If it's split it on this skin beta, if skin comes in contact with the phenol beta, it will disintegrate or degrade it. That is the meaning of corrosive nature, and it is poisonous in nature. But it can act as, it is used as, but it acts as a antiseptic as well as what beta, and disinfectant. Right? What is mean by antiseptic? Chemicals that act against microorganisms and that can be applied on the human body are called as antiseptics. And what are disinfected beta? Chemicals that kill the microorganism which should not apply on the human body surfaces are called as disinfectant. These are used for the floor cleaning purpose, toilets and washrooms. These are used for the cleaning purpose of the body. All right. Now, if you are talking about the next chemical properties, before chemical properties, let me discuss about the acidic nature. Okay. Yeah, let me discuss about the chemical properties. Chemical properties. Under this first one, we will discuss about we will discuss about acidic nature of phenols. Acidic nature of phenols, which is very important. Acidic nature of phenols. Okay, phenols are acidic in nature, and they are more acidic than alcohols. Okay, alcohols. What is the reason for this? First of all, let us see why they are acidic in nature. Let me tell you here. Let me tell you the reason why they are more acidic than due to a resonance of hydroxyl group with benzene ring, oxygen of OH group of phenols is more electron deficient than oxygen of OH group of alcohols. This is one reason. And the resultant phenoxide ion of phenols is resonance stabilized. Okay, whereas there is no such resonance in alkoxide of alcohol. So these are the two reasons. These are the two reasons for the, okay, this is your first reason, better. And what is this? This is your second reason. See here, what is meant by this? Here, this is your phenol. Here, this is your phenol. Okay, here this hydroxy group, because of the lone pair of electrons. Okay, this is a, again, what happens with these lone pair of electrons of oxygen are in resonance with the benzene ring. Because of that, what happens? Because of that, what happens? This oxygen attains a positive charge. The electron deficiency on the oxygen increases. These are called resonating structures. So due to this resonating structure, it will undergo resonance. This will have different resonating structures. But how it will have different resonating structures in the sensor? Here it will get different resonating structures, something like this. I'll tell you how it comes. Okay. It will form different resonating structures in this manner. It forms different resonating structures in this form. So basically what happens here? See how it is formed in the sensor. So what happens here, if this bond is shifted here and this bond will be shifted onto this carbon in the form of negative charge. When this bond shifted here and this bond will be shifted over here. If this bond goes here, then again it will get this particular structure. Which particular structure? Now, see due to this, what happens? These are all resonating structures. Because of this positive charge, what happens? This expulsion of hydrogen takes place readily. Expulsion of hydrogen takes place readily. It will expel the hydrogen very readily. So due to this positive charge, what happens? This phenol will expel this hydrogen very much readily. Okay, forms a corresponding phenoxide plus H plus. Okay, so this is your these are all what? These are all resonating structures of phenol. Okay, this is your phenol and this is your phenoxide. This phenoxide, see what I'm saying, this oxygen is more electron and this phenoxide is stabilized by whatever the phenoxide ion is formed. This will also be stabilized by the resonance. How the resonance takes place in the sensor? Because of the resonance stabilization, two aspects are very important for this. One is this resonance stabilization of phenoxide ion and other one is what? So this will be stabilized by this resonating structures. Hope you know how this resonance takes place, because you have already studied them in the last year itself. Okay, so these are the two conditions that are responsible for more acidic character of what is this? More acidic character of right? This phenoxide ion. These are the phenoxide ions, resonating structures. See what are these? These are resonating structures of phenoxide. Okay, due to this it is more stable. Then alkoxide, and what is this? Alkoxide ion of alcohol. Okay, so due to this, what happens? These are the resonating structures of phenol. Due to this, okay, oxygen of OH group is more electron deficient and release proton okay faster. Due to these two reasons. See what is the comparison is that if you're talking about this is your alcohol. See in alcohol there is no resonance. Okay, and if this loses a proton, this forms alkoxide ion. So this is your alcohol and this is your alkoxide ion. Okay, so here Due to the lack of resonance, this oxygen is somewhat less electron deficient and this is less stable. So these are the two reasons for the acidic nature. See how it is related to this means. See why these phenols are acidic in the nature means phenols are acidic because they release a proton. See greater the tendency of releasing proton, greater will be the acidic nature. Are you getting it? Why these alcohols and phenols are considered to be acidic? Whenever you place them in aqueous solution, the release of proton beta. Anything which releases proton in aqueous solutions are considered to be acids. So faster the tendency of releasing proton, if quicker the proton is being released, more acidic it is being considered. So this tendency of release of proton will depend upon this tendency of releasing the proton depends upon let me compare both alcohols and phenols beta. This is your alcohol. Okay, this is your alcohol. One second. Let me tell you this comparative reason here. See, this is your alcohol beta, and this is your phenol. So, what is happening here? If it is releasing faster, so here protons are released faster than in case of alcohol beta. Why? Due two reasons beta. This ability of releasing of proton will depend upon the electron density around this oxygen beta. Around this oxygen electron density is more, tendency of release of proton will be less. Around this oxygen electron density is less, tendency of release of proton will be more. See in phenols, if you see due to the resonance, this oxygen is attaining positive charge. Due to this positive charge, what happens? Electron deficiency of this oxygen increases. In the process of fulfilling this electron deficiency, what happens? Let me tell you a little bit clear here. What happens? It will readily expels the proton. So this is the structure I told you. So due to the resonance, what is happening? So here this oxygen is getting a. This is your phenol beta. So due to the resonance structure, what is happening? So this is getting a positive charge. Because of this positive charge, what happens? It releases the proton quickly. So in the process of nullifying this charge, so here the release of proton is comparatively faster than alcohols. So due to this positive charge on the oxygen, And second thing is that whatever this phenoxide ion is formed, that is being stabilized by resonance beta. Okay, this phenoxide ion is being stabilized by what beta? Stabilized by resonance. Is there any possibility of resonance beta? No resonance. Less stable. Okay, due to resonance, more stable. Okay, hence alcohols are less acidic and beta phenols are more acidic. Suppose it should be understood something like this. Acidic means if these are called as acids beta, if these are all called as acids, if you consider this as acid beta, what is this? This is your conjugate base. So if you consider this as acid, what is this beta? This is your conjugate base we call. Okay, the pair which is differing by a proton are called as, see, acidic strength is directly proportional to stability of okay, corresponding conjugate base beta. Okay, corresponding conjugate base beta. See, if the conjugate base is more stable, here phenoxide is more stable, and so conversion takes place faster. It is something like beta. So if you want to change your, if you are feeling uncomfortable with the current position where you are sitting, you are trying to delocalize yourself to some more new place. So what do you look for first? If you look for the comfortability, more comfortably with the new place, you will shift rapidly. If this the other place where you wanted to shift is almost as the same comfortable that already you are sitting in. So do you go that faster beta? You don't go that faster. If the somewhat more stability is or more comfortable there, your rate of shifting, whatever the fastness that you are shifting will be directly proportional to the comfortability or stability of the new position. So here, if the corresponding conjugate base is more stable, the conversion will take place readily, and proton will be expelled readily, and the corresponding acid is said to be what beta? More acidic beta. So this stability of this conjugate base is directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups beta, and which is inversely proportional to electron donating groups. So this is very, very important. So the first conclusion, what is my first conclusion beta? The first conclusion is that, okay, what is the first conclusion? Phenols are Phenols are more acidic than alcohols due to above reasons. This is the first conclusion. And if you are talking about the relative acidic strength of phenol, and substituted phenol. We are talking about the relative acidic strength of phenol and substituted phenols. Okay, where is, or we say depends on the following factors. This is very, very important, but whatever now we are going to discuss is really important. Relative acidic strength of phenols. See, what does it mean that? Acidic strength of phenols is directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups present at ortho and para position. What is this? Ortho and para position. Okay, but and acidic strength of phenols is inversely proportional to electron donating groups present at ortho and para position. See why here it is mentioned. Okay, what is the reason is that? Note is that okay, hydroxyl group of phenol, okay, is in conjugation with what? With ortho and para position. Ortho and para position, but not with meta position. What does it mean with meta position? In presence of hydroxyl group beta, if you look at this resonating structure, sir, this is your phenolic group beta. So due to the presence of this phenolic group, what is happening? See, here you are getting a negative charge at ortho and what is this position beta? This is here you have the negative charge at ortho position. Here you have a negative charge at what position beta? Here you have the negative charge. Here you have the negative charge at para position beta. Here you have the negative charge at para position. Again here you have the negative charge at ortho position. Okay, in presence of hydroxyl group and benzene, okay, electron density increases. That negative charge comes at ortho and para position only beta. This is the meaning of hydroxyl group of phenol is in conjugation with ortho and para position of benzene ring beta. Okay, this is the meaning of whatever the sentence I wrote with respect to this. What is the meaning of conjugation with ortho and para position? Hope you guys will know what is meant by ortho and para position. What is the meaning of ortho and para position beta? If this is your phenol beta, okay, see this is your first position beta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2 or 1, 6 beta are called ortho, and 1, 3 or 1, 5 are called meta beta. 1, 4 are called para beta. This is the meaning of it. What is the meaning of ortho para positions? Anything which is present either at 1, 2 or 1, 6 are called ortho beta. 1, 3 or 1, 5 are meta. 1, 4 is called as para beta. So here negative charge comes only at ortho and para position. Hence we say beta what I said, the hydroxyl group is in conjugation with. Here hydroxyl group is in conjugation with what beta? But not with the. So what does it mean, sir? See, if I say basically what happens beta? Here if you are talking about the decreasing order of Okay, decreasing order of acidic strength of phenol and phenol derivatives, phenol and substituted phenols. See, what will be the order we can give it? See, basically, as I told you, acidic strength is directly proportional to electron withdrawing. Why? It is directly proportional to electron withdrawing group. Here I am writing it as electron withdrawing group. I am not mentioned any position beta. Here it is not neither meta or neither para. Okay, followed by unsubstituted phenol beta. What is this? This is your unsubstituted phenol, followed by phenol with electron donating group beta. Phenol with electron donating group. I am not specifying any position. Basically, here electron donating group. What is this, sir? Phenol with electron donating, electron withdrawing group. What is this? Sorry, this is withdrawing, electron withdrawing group. Withdrawing group beta is more acidic than, this is a unsubstituted phenol or phenol with unsubstituted phenol. There is no substitution at all. This is a phenol with what beta? Okay, electron donating group. I have not specified any position beta. Okay, so let me tell you that some important aspect. Here you should know what are electron withdrawing groups and what are electron donating groups. If you want to compare the relative acidic strength. So this is a general decreasing order. With a few examples, you will understand it very clearly. Let me take a few examples. For example, beta, if I give a compound, something like this. Okay. Arrange the following in the decreasing order of acidic character. I'll give some examples, something like this. This is your phenol beta. This is your nitrophenol. This is your, what is this beta? Dinitrophenol. And this is what beta? This is your trinitrophenol. So assume this, this is your phenol. Let us assume this one beta. Okay, nitrophenol. Which nitrophenol beta? Orthonitrophenol. Let us assume this is 2 beta. This is a ortho, para, dinitrophenol. Okay, this is your third beta. This is you call 2,4,6 trinitrophenol. Okay, this is your fourth structure beta. So if I ask decreasing order, see beta here, NO2 group is a electron withdrawing. Okay, then what happens? As I told you, acidic character is what beta? Acidic nature or acidic character is directly proportional. Acidic character of phenols is directly proportional to what beta? Phenols directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups. So more the number of, so what happens beta? Here if you are talking about the decreasing order, hence, so decreasing order will be what beta? The decreasing order of acidic character will be what beta? Okay, fourth followed by, what is this beta? Fourth followed by, third followed by, okay, second followed by first beta. Or I can make several questions out of this beta. So same thing, if I ask increasing order beta, what will be the increasing order of acidic character of the above compounds? The increasing order will be this one beta. What is this increasing order? The increasing order will be first, second. Why left to right acidic character is increasing beta? Why left to right acidic character is increasing? See, because of the electron withdrawing group linkages. Or if I ask which among the following is most acidic? Most acidic means what beta? Most acidic is fourth beta. I may also ask which about the least acidic? Least acidic is what beta? Least acidic is the first. So left to right, what we can say beta? From left to right, if you are moving in this direction, left to right, acidic character, acidic nature increases. Why beta? Since number of electron withdrawing groups increases. Number of electron withdrawing groups increases. So in the objective point of view, out of this single statement, I can give 4 questions beta. Which of the following is increasing order, or which of the following is decreasing order, which of the following is least acidic, or which of the following is most acidic. Are you getting this? See why electron withdrawing groups increases stability beta? Because this phenoxide is having what kind of charge? Negative charge. Negatively charged species are generally stabilized by electron withdrawing groups. And why electron donating groups decreases the acidic character means they destabilizes the phenoxide ion. The acidic character of the phenols is directly proportional. Phenols is directly proportional to the stability of the phenoxide ion beta. The stability of phenoxide ion is directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups and inversely proportional to electron donating. Why? Because the charge present on the phenoxide ion is what beta? Negative charge. If you look at it, so this will decide beta. See, which will decide? This phenoxide stability will decide. What is this phenoxide beta? If I take a, this is a, once again. So what is the charge on this phenoxide beta? Here it is having what kind of charge it is having? Negative charge beta. This is a negative charge. So we generally know that negatively charged are stabilized by what beta? Electron withdrawing groups, and destabilized by what beta? Destabilized by electron donating groups. So electron withdrawing groups on this phenol will stabilize this phenoxide ion. If the stability of the phenoxide ion increases, what happens beta? Proton will be released very readily, so acidic strength increases. This is the reason. Are you getting beta? This is the first reason. Suppose if I give one more example, beta. So same thing you have to do. What is the thing you have to do beta? You have to arrange the following. Okay, according to decreasing order of acidic nature. So what are the examples that I give? Here I will give this is your unsubstituted phenol beta. Here if I give, okay, this is your orthonitrophenol beta. This is your metanitrophenol beta. This is your paranitrophenol. Okay, phenol. Let's assume this one beta. This is orthonitrophenol. Okay, let us assume it is 2 beta. This is metanitrophenol. Let us assume this is 3 beta. And what is this? Paranitrophenol. See, basically this nitro group beta, NO2 group, is a -M as well as -M and -I group beta. So with respect to the mesomeric effect, it is electron withdrawing group. With respect to inductive effect also, it is electron withdrawing group. Don't ask what is the mesomeric effect and inductive effect, because it's not a single sentence or in a 5 minutes or 10 minutes I can't explain what is this mesomeric effect and inductive effect. So what happens beta? So this mesomeric effect is observed only at ortho and para position beta. Only ortho at para position. In between this meso and generally mesomeric effect will be dominant of inductive effect beta. Okay, so generally this is observed at ortho and para position. So this is observed at all positions. All positions it is observed. So what does it means? Here if you look at beta, at this particular stage it acts as -M and -I. What is dominant? -M is dominant. Here it can't act as at the meta position. There is no mesomeric effect beta. Okay, mesomeric effect is observed only at ortho and para position. I already told you what is the reason for this, because in presence of hydroxyl group, negative charge comes only at ortho and para position. So here it acts as only -I. Here it acts as -M and -I. What is predominant beta? M is predominant. So here, if you write the decreasing order, actually the expected order is that what we expect is that expected order is that this is the expected order beta. What is this? 2 should be more. See, when minus m is same beta wherever it is. So this is a distance independent beta. Minus m is distance independent. Distance independent. That means it doesn't depend upon the distance. Minus I is distance dependent. What is this? Distance dependent. See, distance dependent we see whether it is ortho or para, minus m will remain same beta. But minus I will be more if it is closer to the hydroxy group. If it is away from the hydroxy group, minus I will be less. So what does it mean? Here minus I is more beta. Minus I is more. Here minus I is less beta. So according to this is expected to be follow this particular order beta. This is expected to follow this particular order. But what is observed decreasing order is that the decreasing order is that fourth followed by second followed by third followed by first. Or otherwise I say beta, what is this? This is your ortho, this is your para, this is what beta? Meta, this is unsubstituted, we say. Unsubstituted. But what is observed beta? So this is your para beta, this is your ortho, this is your meta, and this is what beta? Unsubstituted. So what is the reason is that here due to the hydrogen bonding, here there is a intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So what is this? This is a intramolecular hydrogen bonding. H bond. What is the reason beta? Due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding in due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding okay, orthonitrophenol, it is a less acidic than paranitrophenol. This is a reason. See, orthonitrophenol is expected to be more, but found to be less beta. I know you are going to ask. See, because of this strong withdrawing, I already told you that withdrawing acidic character is directly proportional to withdrawing power. See, withdrawing power is more in case of orthonitrophenol, and when you compare with the paranitrophenol, because of that withdrawing power, orthonitrophenol is expected to be more acidic, found to be less acidic than the paranitrophenol. What is the reason? Due to the hydrogen bonding, this H plus of hydroxyl group is being trapped. The tendency of releasing of this H plus from orthonitrophenol is somewhat slightly less than the tendency of release of proton from the paranitrophenol. So from this each and every example, we can frame out of 4 objective questions. Which of the following is the decreasing order, or which of the following is increasing order? Are you getting it? So this particular table is very, very important beta. So frequently you will be asked somewhat okay, so why it is been less acidic and why it is been more acidic, something like this sort of okay. This is a reason for this. Are you getting this? So this is about your second example. If I go some other examples beta, the same thing you have to take. I'll take some compounds. All of them you need to arrange them according to their decreasing order. Suppose if I take something like this, OH, CH3 beta. This is your OH and CH3 beta. This is your OH and this is your CH3. Are you getting this? This is you call phenol. This is you call okay, ardocresol. This is you call metacresol. This is you call paracresol. Let us assume this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Here CH3 group is electron donating group. Electron donating group. That is, it act as plus H as well as plus sign. Okay. So here if you look at beta, here also what is the important thing? H is dominant on I beta. Okay. Again, H is a distance independent, I is distance dependent. Here it act as plus H as well as plus I. Here it act as plus I beta. Here it act as plus H as well as plus I. Here plus I is more beta. Here plus I is less. Yeah, that means donating power it is somewhat more. Here donating power is somewhat less. And we know that. What we know better? Acidic character of phenols. What is this better? Inversely proportional to what? Electron donating groups. Inversely proportional to electron donating groups. Then what happens here? So what should be the decreasing order better? So answer, the decreasing order is that. So decreasing order of acidic character, acidic nature will be what better? See, undoubtedly, so all of three are having electron donating group. This is not having any electron donating. So it will be more better. First is followed by what better? See, here it is having two electron donating groups. Here it is also having two electronic donating nature. It is having only one electron donating nature. So followed by third beta. So in between this, here it is somewhat more donating, here it is somewhat less donating. Followed by what beta? Fourth, followed by second. So which is the most acidic beta? This is the most acidic. And which is the least acidic? So this is the least acidic. Which is this is the least acidic. Are you getting this? Are you getting this beta? Following beta? Following? If I give one more example, this is the same thing. What you have to do, beta? The same thing you have to do. What do you have to do in this case? So this is your phenol. What is this? This is your methoxyphenol. And what is this? This is your metamethoxyphenol. And what about this? This is paramethoxyphenol. Okay. See here. This OCH group. Which group it is? Methoxy group. Methoxy group is electron donating at ortho and para position, and electron withdrawing at a meta position. Try to understand. It acts as a plus M as well as minus I. It acts as plus M as well as minus I. Are you getting? What is dominant beta? Plus I is dominant on minus I. So here it is acting as a plus M as well as minus I. Which is dominant beta? Minus M is dominant. Here it is acting as minus I beta. Only minus I. Here plus M as well as minus I beta. So here minus I is less beta. Plus I being same. Here minus I is more. So first of all, we know that. What we know beta? What we know? Acidic nature of phenols is what beta? Directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups and inversely proportional to what beta? Electron donating groups. electron donating groups. So what should be the order here? What should be the order? The decreasing order of acidic nature. What should be the order? See, which is having electron? This is overall. Overall, this is having what? Overall electron withdrawing group. This is what? Unsubstituted. I've already given in the beginning itself. This is donating beta. This is donating. So from this, what I can write? Third is more acidic beta, followed by first, followed by. In between these two, how to decide between second and third? So this is your second beta. This is your third. This is your fourth, and this is your first beta. So between the third, second, and fourth, how to decide? See, plus m will remain same whether it is at ortho or para beta. There is no change in the plus m. And with respect to minus I have to decide beta. See, electron withdrawing nature is more in ortho. Electron withdrawing nature is less in para beta. I told you, acidic character is directly proportional to what beta? Electron withdrawing nature. So which is most acidic beta? This is most acidic. Which one? So this one is most acidic beta. Which one? This is most acidic. Most, and this is what beta? This is least. Least acidic. So which of the following is most acidic? Which of the following is least acidic? So these kind of questions are frequently asked. This is really very, very important topic. Hope you guys are following. Hope you guys are following beta. Let me take one more example. One last example beta. If I take okay, phenol, phenol. One last example I'll take. With that, I'll conclude the class. This is your orthohalophenol beta, metahalophenol. Okay, phenol beta, orthohalophenol, metahalophenol. What is this? Parahalophenol. Where X is equal to either chlorine or bromine or iodine. Okay, so this is your first, this is your second, this is your third, this is your fourth beta. Okay, so halogen. What is halogen beta? Chlorine or bromine or iodine is a okay electron withdrawing group. Basically, for what is it act as a okay plus m as well as minus I, but minus I is dominant than plus m. So here you need to consider only minus I only. Are you getting this? So because of that reason, what happens? What is the decreasing order? See, I told you, since minus I is distance dependent. Okay, as the distance increases from hydroxyl group, withdrawing nature decreases. But withdrawing, electron withdrawing nature decreases. Hence, what happens, beta? Hence, acidic nature of okay the above compounds decreases in the following order. See, second is most acidic beta, followed by third, followed by fourth, followed by first. Or otherwise I say ortho, meta, para, unsubstituted phenols. Why beta? Why? So this is unsubstituted, no group electron withdrawing or donating. This is minus I beta. This is minus I. This is minus I. So most withdrawing, less withdrawing. Are you following it? Are you following it? Hope you guys are following it. Hope you guys are following it better. If I take a fluorobenzene beta, one last example. If I take this particular compound, phenol, okay, orthofluorophenol, okay, metafluorophenol, parafluorophenol, okay, this is phenol beta, this is orthofluorophenol, this is a metafluorophenol. What is this? This is a parafluorophenol. What is this? So this is your first, second, third, fourth. Okay. Fluorine group act as plus M as well as minus I, and plus M is equal to minus I. So according to this, what happens? The decreasing order of acidic strength here small correction. Small correction is that okay. What is a small correction in the sense? The decreasing order is given better in this matter. It acts as fluorine act as, okay, both plus M and minus I. For this also what better? Minus I dominates over plus M beta. So here basically the order is given fourth followed by second followed by third followed by first beta, or otherwise we say para followed by ortho followed by, okay, meta followed by unsubstituted. What is the reason is this is due to hydrogen bonding, due to H bonding. What is the reason here? Due to H bonding. This is one reason. So this is about the acidic character of phenols beta. I would like to conclude today's class here itself. Those who have the doubts can stay, and those who don't have the doubts can leave it. So if you have any doubts, please ask. I open the chat box. I have opened the chat box beta. I made the chat box public. Yeah, I'll send the PDF beta. I'll send the PDF of today's class. You revise it. Yeah, I'll send the PDF. See, beta, this is an exceptional case, beta. Due to the hydrogen bonding ability of the fluorine, its acidic strength. See, Ardo is expected to be more, but Ardo is found to be less because of the hydrogen bonding formation of fluorine beta. Whenever there is a possibility of see, beta, whenever there is a possibility for the hydrogen bonding formation, in that cases, what happens? See, Ardo will become somewhat less acidic than para beta. Otherwise, That is what I am saying, beta, because of the hydrogen. Sorry, beta, sorry. Make the correction, beta. Thank you for the correction. Okay. See, because of this hydrogen bonding, beta, this is expected to be more. Although is expected to be more, but found to be less than para, beta. This is most, beta. Okay. Are you getting this? This is found to be less, beta. Because of hydrogen bonding, beta, due to hydrogen bonding, beta. Whenever there is a possibility for hydrogen bond formation, Tejaswini, beta. See, what is minus and what is, see, beta, there are different types of electronic effects. Like, okay, we say inductive effect, beta. Based on the inductive effect, what is inductive effect? Inductive effect means, see, basically, whenever there is a bond between two different atoms, beta, okay, two different atoms like A and B, beta. If A is more electronegative than the B, okay, if A is more electronegative, if electronegativity of A is greater than B, beta, so here gets a partial negative. This bond pair of electrons are slightly shifted this towards. So with respect to this bond, this is called minus I, beta. This is called plus I. The atom which is losing electrons is called as plus, beta, which is taking electrons is called. See, what is this? Electron withdrawing, beta. What is this, beta? Electron donating, we call this. So this is the meaning of. So there is one other effect called mesomeric effect. What is mesomeric effect, beta? With respect to mesomeric effect, there are two types of groups. What are the two types of groups? Minus M and plus M, beta. What is minus M? Minus M in the sense electron withdrawing groups, whereas plus M is electron donating groups. So which is you have already studied in the GOC of the last year, beta. So if you go through the GOC, you will understand what is inductive effect, what is mesomeric effect, and what is plus I and what is minus I and what is plus M and minus M. Hope this today's class was interesting and clear to everyone. See, beta, I can't explain that entire concept of the GOC because of the limitation of the time. See, if I want to discuss the GOC, it itself takes 1 month. So try to revise the. See, beta, these halogens, generally what happens? Generally, beta, halogens act as a plus M as well as minus I. For halogens, minus I is dominating, beta. Minus I is dominating. See, it is already today. We are running out of the time, beta. If you have still anything today's class, we will discuss this in tomorrow's class, beta. I'll try to give, if still anybody is having a little bit doubt about this today's class, that we will see tomorrow, beta. We are already, it's 9:30, beta. We are not supposed to take the class beyond 9:30. If anything is there today's class, that we will see tomorrow, beta. So that's all for today, beta. See you tomorrow. I conclude the class here itself, and we'll continue this in tomorrow's class. Thank you. Have a good day, beta.